What's up, everybody? It's JY here from YinzerCrazy.com. I have a special guest today, Noah Nichols, a Yinzer Crazy contributor. You might have heard him on the Still Crazy podcast. So how are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing great. I'm very excited to do the show today. Really appreciate the opportunity to be on the show with you and Chris, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, definitely. And we're appreciative to have you on your team. You do great work. Speaking of team, the Steelers play the Chiefs on Sunday and visit little Patrick Mahomes. I said on Twitter today that I think the Steelers have a chance to win out. Call me crazy. Call me Yinzer crazy. Just don't call me late for dinner. But I honestly think that Titans game and getting some players back like Joe Hayden really have this team trending upward. I know it's been a roller coaster of a season, but I think that, Ben knows that, he has a little bit left in the tank. And I think if they're going to make a run, it's do or die right now. So I'm excited to talk to Chris and get his take and see where the Steelers locker room is right now. And yeah, man, you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a really big game. I do think they have a really good chance of winning out. I think Coach Tomlin is going to have them focused. They're not going to be looking past this game. I know we can't count on this, but some really important players, Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill, are both on the COVID-19 list. So if they don't play, I think the Steelers have an excellent chance to win on the road in Arrowhead. And the Steelers always play well against the Chiefs for whatever reason. Coach Tomlin and Ben Roethlisberger just seem to have success against Andy Reid. I don't know why.
Yeah. I feel like that the games that the Steelers are supposed to lose, they win, and the games that they're supposed to win, they lose. I just think that that's always been a Steeler trait, more so recently. But yeah, I mean, I have all the faith in this team. I never lose faith. I mean, this is what's crazy how we're spoiled as Steeler fans is like, we're 7-6-1. It's not the best record, that the Steelers have had, but like there's some teams like imagine being a Lions or a Browns fan.
Yeah.
That type of 500 season would be like winning the Super Bowl to them. So
yeah,
I said Browns because they were picked the Super Bowl contenders. How's that working out? But anyways, we're not gonna dwell on that. But yeah, man, I just want to give a special thanks to our sponsors over at Steel City Wheelhouse. John over there, you need new tires, remote starter. I know I'm going to be stopping there soon. They have 2 locations, and one in Imperial and one in the Meadowlands. They're a proud sponsor of us all season. And if you need anything auto customization, steelcitywheelhouse.com. Check them out. Tell them Yinzer Crazy sent you. And yeah, they're just great people over there, and we're very fortunate to have them as sponsors on the Chris Wormley show. But yeah, before we talk to Chris, any last thoughts on the Steelers season? Heading into the Chiefs game?
I think that the season has been a little disappointing, but surprising at the same time. It's been a roller coaster, which we can say every game has been that. Comes down to the final quarter literally every week. And probably this game, that'd be my best bet. If I had to bet my house on it, it's going to be the final 15 minutes is where the game is going to be. Whoever wins the game, that's going to be where it's decided.
Yeah, definitely. So with that being said, let's talk to one of the guys who are going to be on the field on Sunday. You're watching the Chris Wormley Show.
Hello and welcome to the Chris Wormley Show. I'm your host, Noah Nichols, and my co-host is Jordan York. I'm pleased to be joined by the one and only 95 Pittsburgh Steeler, Chris Wormley. How are you doing today, Chris?
I'm good, man. Yesterday we had Victory Monday, had an off day today, so definitely enjoying these last 2 days off. Got a big win on Sunday, and feeling really good for this next week.
Yeah, so let's talk about that win, man. I mean, I was screaming at my television. Joe Hayden, a game of inches. He said it himself. That was just such a staple win. That was Pittsburgh Steeler football. What does that do for the momentum of this team? Being where you guys are at in the current standings.
Yeah, I think it bumped us up to a wild card spot, which is great. Obviously, we're still looking to win the division, but I think it sets us up really, really nicely for these next 3 weeks of ball. And I'm just excited for this last 3 weeks of football. To put it all on the table and go to the playoffs is going to be exciting. I'm really pumped to go to Kansas City this week, and then we come home and play the Browns Monday night, and then the season finale against Baltimore, which is if we win these next two games and Baltimore, can lose another one and maybe go 1-1 for that last game, we're gonna be playing for all the marbles, which is gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah, well, if they keep going for those 2-point conversions, it might happen.
I'll take that, man. I was watching the game and I'm like, well, similar
Yeah.
play kind of rolled out, they didn't get it again, which was nice.
Yeah. So, I seen the report came out today about your groin. How are you feeling? And is that going to have any effect, come Sunday? Are you feeling all right? Where are you at with that injury?
Yeah, I kind of got a little bit of a groin strain towards the end of the game. Probably missed the last 10, 15 snaps of the game, I would say. It's a groin strain. It's going to take some time to heal. Kind of taking it day by day. Felt a lot better than I did yesterday, which is a good sign, I think. A lot more strength, a lot more, flexibility of the groin, I guess you can call it. But I'm feeling really good. Just taking it day by day, and we'll see what happens on Sunday.
That's good. I'm glad to hear it. And obviously, I talked about, the Joe Hayden stop at the end of the game. What was that like having, a player of his caliber back on the field? What does that do for your defense, momentum-wise, just, the chemistry, him being out there, man? I can just see you guys were, that second half was just, you guys, the defense played a great game.
Yeah, that's Joe Money, right? He's done that his whole career. Whether he was in Cleveland, whether he was in Florida, however long ago that was, and to have him out for those last 4 or 5 games this past month has been really hard. Witherspoon stepped up last week against the Vikings and had a great game with 2 interceptions. But when you put a guy back in like Joe that understands the defense, not just what to do, but kind of tendencies and how to play a certain route combination. And the plays that he made down the stretch were huge for us. Obviously, that last play for us was crucial because they were on the 10-yard line with, I think, maybe 40 seconds or something like that left to go. And he made the play that we all knew that he could make. And he stopped the guy in his tracks for short of the line on 4th down, and we win the game.
Definitely.
Yeah, that was a really, really great player, a great player. And speaking of great players, Sunday, TJ Watt broke the Steelers sack record. He's now at 17.5 on the season. How did you and the locker room feel about that? How do you guys feel about Watt and the tremendous season that he's having?
It's weird because we didn't really celebrate it once we got to the locker room. That's what we expect out of TJ. I think he expects that of himself every week, is to go out there with multiple sacks a game. But no, it's a huge accomplishment to beat someone's record like James Harrison, who was a Defensive Player of the Year. He was a great defender for so long for the Steelers. To be able to do that is pretty special, and I know he's looking to add more to that these last 3 weeks. So not only the Steelers sack record, but I think he's going to push for that NFL sack record, which is huge. So it's a great accomplishment, but I think we all expect that of TJ, just to go out there and ball out like he has. I'm just waiting for that Madden 99 rating to come for him.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you think that he deserves some MVP votes for how the impact he's had for you guys this year?
Yeah, I think when you look at most valuable player, he damn might be our best player on our team. Week in and week out, he's won AFC Defensive Player of the Week multiple times. Just what he has continued to do week in and week out. He wins games for us. There's no question about it. And someone of his caliber, not only Defensive Player of the Year, but league MVP is I think his main goal, which is awesome.
Yeah. I want to jump to previewing the Chiefs game that you guys are going to play them on Sunday at around 3:00. And I just want to know, what are you guys focused on to stopping this Chiefs offense? I know there was some positive COVID tests for like Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill, but I'm just assuming that they'd play. What are you guys focused on doing? What are you guys going to try and do to stop that offense?
I think it starts with those 3 guys, right? Mahomes, Kelce, and Hill. The things that they can do, what they've been doing these last 2 months of football have been next to none when it comes to offensive efficiency. Games won. So we're going to look to stop those 3 guys. Obviously, the guys up front are going to try and take care of Pat Mahomes as much as possible. with that offensive line, but also got to stop the run. That's been a concern of ours, like I've talked about. Off the season, we've had ups and downs with that, and I think if we want to get after the pass rusher or get after the passer with Mahomes, we're going to have to stop the run early and often.
Have you played against Mahomes before? I can't recall.
Twice when I was with the Ravens, and
okay.
I think it was one of the first times he did the no look sidearm pass. That's the middle. He was going to his left, threw it back to the right. I was on the field for that, and I'm just kind of shaking my head like, man, this is nuts. He diced us up, and we've had 2 really close games when I was with the Ravens against them, and lost both times. So definitely looking for a W this week.
Yeah, definitely. And I have a question that's not quite previewing the week or whatever, but it's just something that I wanted to see if you knew the answer to. And that question would be, how much influence does Coach T have on the defense? Does he call the plays or do half of it with Coach Butler or something like that?
You mean just in terms of like on the game or like at practice?
Yeah, in the game. In the game.
Yeah, I think we talked about this before on the podcast, but I think he has influence on all 3 phases of the game, whether that's offense, defense, and special teams. Mike T is one of those rare coaches that knows and understands all 3 phases of football, and that's something that we love. He obviously has his input on things, and definitely makes those go for it on 4th down, those types of calls. And I think when it comes to the defensive side of the ball, he definitely has his input. But to say that he's the one that makes the calls, we have a defensive coordinator in Keith Butler that is our coordinator.
Yeah, I had one final question. Sunday was the second to last home game, most likely for Ben. What do you think that meant to him? What did that mean to the team playing with him in such a final game?
Yeah, I think it means a lot to all of us. Just being with him for almost 2 seasons now, I can see how much this team means to him. I can see how much the city loves him. The players and coaches love him. So for him to be his possibly his final 2 games last week and next week will be against the Browns. It's gonna be a special moment. I'm sure emotions are gonna be running for him, but I think he's just looking to win games and go out on top. And as a competitor and as the quarterback of the Steelers, that's what he's looking to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna butt in here and say that game, against the Ravens when you had the 3 sacks and TJ stole that half a sack. I still think that Worm had 3 sacks that game. I'm standing by it. So
I'm with you on that.
I wanted to let you know.
Yeah, no doubt. Appreciate it, man.
But yeah, man. So we're gonna get things wrapped up here. It's the holidays. You have a big game. But I just kind of wanted to see, for you guys as a team right now, I really think that all it takes is to get that momentum going at the right time. And I personally think that the Titans game, was that for you guys. The defense really clicked. The things that were struggling in the past seemed to, come together. Obviously getting Joe Hayden back was big. And I think the offensive line played pretty well that game as well. Were you guys right now just taking one game at a time? Is that all you can do right now? You're not scoreboard watching, you're not, it's just hey, we have 4 quarters to play, at this place, at this stadium, and that's what we're focused on. Is that, where you guys are at now? Kind of just what is the feel for the Pittsburgh Steelers to finish this season? I think that, the viewers of your show want to know and the fans want to know, is it one game at a time? Or are you scoreboard watching? Is it a little bit of both?
Yeah, we're definitely taking it one game at a time. We know that if we win our games, we're in the playoffs, whether that's the division, championship crown that we're looking to get for the AFC North, or whether that's a wild card spot. I know that the Steelers have won a Super Bowl as the sixth seed, 15, 20 years ago, however long ago that was. And we're just looking to get in. We're just looking for our opportunity to get into the dance, and that starts, each week. So we're not looking forward to the Browns or the Ravens in 2 weeks. We're looking at the Kansas City Chiefs right now, and our goal is to win against them. And we'll worry about scoreboard watching later on when we're home watching the Sunday night game. So I think it's a great position to be in, to be able to control our own destiny. And at the end of the season, we can only blame ourselves for either getting into the playoffs or patting ourselves on the back for getting into the playoffs.
Definitely. And I'll end on this note. I just want to say that, just every week, just talking to you during the season, it's just been a pleasure. Just, just everyone over at Yins Are Crazy really, really loves Big Worm, and we really do appreciate everything. And I know when we had our live show, you explained to the viewers and stuff, what Pittsburgh meant to you. And, you've been here for the past 2 seasons, and you're signed for next year too. I just really think that Pittsburgh's finally, warming up the Big Worm, and I just think it's great. So I can't wait for season 2 of the Chris Wormley Show, man. And I honestly can't thank you enough. I know Mike, Noah, everyone on our team just really appreciates you. I mean, I got your damn jersey, so that just says it all right there, man. I wear it with pride, and every time I'm out, man, everyone's like, Big Worm, he said, So I'm really happy for you. And again, we're very fortunate to be able to talk to someone who's in the trenches on Sundays for the Pittsburgh Steelers, because that is an honor in itself, just being a Pittsburgh Steeler. So on that note, go and beat the Chiefs. We'll talk to you on Tuesday. Have a Merry Christmas, eat some cookies. And again, thank you for joining us every Tuesday, man.
Yeah, man, that was unexpected and unnecessary, but thank you, man. Those are really kind words. And it's been a pleasure being with you guys. And to be a kid who grew up enamored by the Steelers and to be able to be on this, be a part of this franchise and contribute the way I have this season has been, my childhood dream come true. So thank you for the support. Thanks for buying the jersey. It looks great on you. I love seeing it every week.
I got a lot of compliments, man, during that Raven game. I guess it was the first game. I guess it was the right game to wear that at, man, because you went off and I was in the stands. I was like your uncle up there pointing at the back of the jersey. They were like, So, yeah, man. So we'll get you out of here on that note. Again, this is the Chris Wormley Show, exclusively on yinzarcrazy.com. We're here with our writer, Noah, Mike, Jordan, Chris. Go Steelers.
Thanks, fellas. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, man. Good luck. Thank you.
Yins are crazy. This is it right here. Yins are crazy. So pit, oh yeah. Yins are crazy. This is it right here. Yins are crazy. I know Yins are crazy, but so am I. Number 1 sports site in the burg. Let me show you why. The latest stories in unbeatable podcast with your favorite athletes. You know you can't pause that. Super Bowl, World Series, Stanley Cup champs.